There really is no other way to become fully alive than to keep experiencing your real feelings. This might sound simple, but it is certainly not easy. Feeling discomfort, feeling pain, feeling fear, and even terror, and being able to stay present and in your body, in your feeling body, is how you experience life fully, bringing to it a healing response of understanding and compassion. What we tend to do is try to evade those feelings as quickly as possible. If there's pain, that pain might come out of us in the form of blame, anger. It might also be sent in to our center, where we hold it, lock it down, and keep recycling it and experiencing it. But the true power is to be with the discomfort, is to lean in, is to feel that discomfort, feel that pain, and bring to it a sense of presence, a sense that I won't run away, I won't distract myself with food or shopping or drinking or any myriad of things that we do to not feel it. Instead, I promise to stay present and feel you. I have a little story. I was working in the kitchen, and a can of refried beans on its side had rolled off the counter when I wasn't looking, landed, and the very corner of it hit the knuckle of my big toe. There was so much physical pain that there was absolutely nothing I could do but try to distract myself from it. I walked circles around the island in my kitchen. I had my eyes rolled up in my head. I was shaking my hands, and I was just walking to try to distract myself. I was as far out of my body and as far away from that pain as I could get. Eventually it calmed down, and I could stand to come back down and feel myself again. It definitely hurt, but over time it went away. About 3 or 4 months later, that knuckle started to get angry. That's how I could say it. It just started to burn and hurt, and I had completely forgotten about this experience. And it hurt more and hurt more, and finally I stopped and sat down on the edge of my bed and thought, what is going on with my toe, my big toe? So I sat and I felt it, and I just said, okay, I'm here, I'm listening. I'm with you, I've got you, I won't go anywhere. And I breathed, and I felt it, and pretty soon the whole memory came back of how it'd been hurt, such excruciating pain, and how I had exited stage left, gone up into the ethers, anything but be present with that pain and that hurt. So I sat on the edge of the bed and I said, all right, I commit to stay. I commit to stay with this pain. And I let my consciousness focus in on that knuckle of my big toe. And I breathed. And I felt it. And it started to grow. It grew and grew. It was burning and aching. And I stayed. And when I wanted to leave, I stayed. And eventually it peaked. And it backed off. And it started to become less and less and less. But it needed me to stay with it. It needed to be felt. And I was able to do that. And I'll tell you what, I've never felt it since. If you take this little analogy and bring it into relationship with emotional pain that keeps coming back over and over, that just gets triggered by something someone says or does, or something that happens to you. And that pain that's still inside comes up and gets triggered again and again. What if you just sat with it? What if you could lean in and feel it and bring with it your presence and your commitment not to abandon it, but to stay with it with concern, with compassion, and with commitment to stay? What might happen then?